Gotcha. Okay. So he's gonna.
All right, so I only have 30 minutes of this, and it's not going well.
Let's see.
But I'm up $900. So
That's right. 23. 22. 21. 20. In that case. All right. In that case, that might mean. All right. So we can fall forward. Okay. So they're saying, so what I'm looking here is a year like 2021, right, where it seems as though Allen claimed 2 weak kids. It's most likely those are Willow and Abram, like you're saying, right? And it's more likely that maybe Silas was filed with the father. At all. Oh, not a lot of claim. Okay, so it's the opposite. It could be one of Willow and Abram that the father claims. And then Allen picking the other 2. That's what it looks like here. So those are the only really problematic years. Not problematic years, but complicated years. 21. Okay, so let's write this down here. Get my good enough that out for this one.
There's a pair. That.
For 24? Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Oh no, I got you. Let me make sure that's on the 24 tax return. Okay. Let's get the record of account here. That's what I want to have the account transferred. Okay. So any news? What that means here is all right. Let's look at the loans. So, right. And Aaron has no kids, right? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so no kids that are going to be no kids that live in the residence with you guys. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So. Or yeah, Abram and Willow. Gotcha. So Alan's telling you Abram and Willow are the 2 she claims. And Silas was never claimed. Okay. Okay. So Abram and Willow were the 2 that were claimed, and Silas was never claimed, meaning they just claimed Silas for that year. And the father is not allowed to claim Silas. All right, so Gotcha. Okay. It's unfortunate. I gotcha. I'm sure. Look, I hear you. There's always some controversy. Okay, so basically, yeah. So this is what I got so far. This is really, I guess, most of it. So, I think what's going to happen is Allen or let's see here.
Somebody got this filled.
Yes, Allen or Damien will claim Atticus. We'll have to decide. Ask them. Yeah. Well. Gotcha. So if we're going forward, exactly. So going forward, they're gonna have to decide who's going to be claiming Atticus going forward. You will essentially claim Atticus 22, 23, 24. And claiming the first 3 years.
You get out.
Alan said there were stimulus checks, correct? Yes, there was.
Five.
Yep, I think she did get them. I think it's the contract. I think that's why she filed those years. Those were the years that were predicated for stimulus checks. Needed to file those 2 tax years to get all the stimulus checks. That's about it. Yep. All right.
We'll
So
probably get that.
okay. Like 85%.
It's back in.
It's complicated, but I think I am. I got a code. All right. Silas will be taking by you on here that wasn't filed with Alan. Here. Yeah.
rest, and it's not working well. I also got 20 minutes. There we go. Very close.
Maybe it's in that big binder. Maybe, maybe. Hopefully.
55. 55. So right there. So it should. Okay. Let's try it.
Yeah. What company was it? Was it LegalZoom or?
It's trying to go down now. Trying to retest.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, we do a business set up at LegalZoom, one of these, bigger LLC, I guess conglomerates that you could just go online and they give you the history of what you created, and they'll tell you sometimes it's split online.
It should be down here and then here.
I was like, wait, so was the other like a draft or something? I have no idea what that is. Oh, here's it's on yours too.
So close.
That's obviously.
Oh shit.
I was like,
Half of this was filled.
I mean, looking through here, like, I feel like the reason why you guys are, I mean, because we do right?
No worries.
$518 for the day, and then minus $1,400 for the other
I
account.
got you. I'm sure it'll come up. I mean, if you gotta look for it, you can have it on the phone. It's not a big deal, but definitely the breakdown. Right now, I'll put it here arbitrarily is likely 90,
Right?
10. Okay, because that's what we need. What I want to do is I want to send you the form tomorrow to get the S corporation set up, for good this time, because that was the issue the first time it wasn't set up correctly. We need that just for the S corporation. It's going to have both the officers on there. You'll both sign, submit back to us, and that goes to the IRS. And hopefully this time, this is it's the charm. 2024's.
Hey, Corey, can you hear me?
Effective the first year you guys open in 24, because that's the year.
What?
24 obviously was not only your
That's
first
what I was
year, but you
thinking
had
too. I want to
pretty
call
much all
him.
self-employed income, and not so that effectively saves our annual tax bill. Gas election.
Correct.
Well, yeah. So essentially, what it is we're gonna and basically what it is we're gonna put all the different balances together.
Uh-huh.
So 18 through 23, obviously your deductions are going to be all your expenses. When you're essentially 1099, that's going to be your essentially what you're taxed on. 2024, have those expenses plus the S election, which is going to significantly reduce what you owe. And we're going to put all the balances together.
Yeah, true.
And we're going to also, and this is what I also want to talk to you about. The last thing was, two things actually.
Mm-hmm.
First things first, we will cover any of the returns that Brianna has to do personal. We'll cover, any of the years under your current package, like
I got it.
23 we'll cover, 24 we'll cover for her. You have the income already.
All right, I'm gonna give him a call now and I'll tell him because I've been trying to talk to her and she doesn't want to talk to me. I tried to explain it. It's fine. She's heated.
Filing those for him as well, or do you want to just have him take care of that?
She hasn't really been a difficult.
You would take care of it for him?
No, she honestly she hasn't
That's
been
fine,
bad
okay.
at all. She's been a good client. She provided
we would do
documents
the
at a very
years
reasonable amount of
For
time.
Damien would
She's in the
be
right. And
oh, I know, it's one big happy family.
And she
You
did
take care of everybody.
message
I
me
got you.
and Phil, and I talked with Phil, and Phil didn't remember the conversations we had like 3 times. So it is.
So that would be.
It is what it is.
I don't want to ask the back office if you can just take care. I know they would agree to take care of.
I have no idea.
Easily.
He forgot.
I want to see if anything.
He did.
For 21 and 20.
He did. This was.
Do.
He never got back to it. It was like several times.
This is what I can do. So right now,
so I don't even know how to address that. Because if I go to Phil 2, 3 times, and
no,
it's
we
like
don't have right now.
What am I supposed to do?
25. 25 is not ready yet as far as tax terms are done, but as far as bookkeeping is done, I don't know if Olivia mentioned to you when she spoke to you. Eventually, we want to get you in real time. Eventually, meaning as soon as possible. So, part of you having a clean bill of health is not just putting together all the back taxes together into one package. It's also making sure that, hey, it's like quarter one just ended. You're making proper estimated tax payments, through. We're very lenient on stuff like this,
Right.
So I would have that call cover his state returns as well. It makes sense to returns. They're very simple. He has to file them, but they're very, very simple. Our fees are pretty much based off of things we got to actually put time and effort towards. So his stuff, his stuff is his stuff can be done in a day or two. So we wouldn't have to worry about that. But I can do that for you, and I can also. So that would be, altogether that'd be 25 and 26 at 7,500. And what I can do is I can give you, say 5 months to get that, covered, and then you have a bit of leeway there versus what you were thinking you were paying earlier. You were paying, I think it was 2,000 and change. Give you say 5 months at 1,500, and you're essentially covered for real time now and for the end of 2026. Everything, yeah. Right. Yeah, you're 19 with us. Yep. Yeah, I know. No, it is. Yeah. No, I got you. I got you. Absolutely. Of course, of course, of course. So let's circle back to the 25 and the 26. Let's see if we can get 20. And what I'll do is here, I'll put a note in the file to get the 24s done, and we'll keep the same price. I know this promotion running. We'll keep the same price for 25 and 26 after 24 gets done, so that they don't raise that on. Put that note in the file here. 25. And we're still going to do 24. You're already paid. 24. Yep, 24. You're fully paid. So 25.
Right.
I think so too. It should be smooth. It should be smoother sailing once the back stuff is taken care of. Exactly. You understand. It just also having somebody in here to say, hey, Michelle, it impedes you to pay $2,000 toward estimated tax payments for first quarter. Helps out. Helps. It's a big burden on you versus you having a big tax bill when we file in April and it says, oh, you have to pay $8,000 right now. Well, you have to say, well, I don't have $8,000 in savings, or maybe you do, but it's going towards things you need for the business. There's just little things like that just make life much easier. Gotcha. Yes, you did. Payroll. Good. Yeah, so let me explain what that is to you. Yeah, so I'm explaining what that is to you. So essentially what it is you have two types of taxes. So you will be, right now you're Schedule C, essentially you're 1065 right now. You're going to be an 1120S soon, an S corporation. Now, you're also responsible when you have employees for 940, 941 tax. That's payroll tax. So essentially, the tax you pay on your employees is Paychex is helping you out with right now. Your 940, 941s, they're taking care of, I guess, the filings of those. And they're also making sure that, each pay period, each of your employees gets whatever check that you promised them. Now, the IRS takes, obviously, payroll very, very seriously because they feel like if you don't pay the taxes off that, essentially it's like theft. It's like you're avoiding paying employee wages. So it's imperative that you get on top of a payroll tax. It seems like you have now because you've seen nightmare cases result from payroll tax not being put to the forefront. Like the IRS can issue what's called civil penalties onto your personal taxes, and it just becomes a nightmare because you can't remove them. You gotta pay the business off. Actually, one of my biggest cases right now that I'm working on is we have a guy who it's two business owners. Both of them are regular resolution clients for their personal taxes, but they also have on the business side payroll tax that was delinquent for a lot of years. They finally got approved for a loan, so I think they're only missing 2 quarters, I think, of 23. Last quarter 23. What happened was the IRS hit them from 2017 on with civil penalties for each of the quarters that were not fully paid off to the employee wages. And these penalties, they're called trust fund recovery penalties. So the highest rate. So these are each like $30,000 each quarter. It's crazy. It's their tax bill is astronomical. Yeah. Luckily speaking, with civil penalties, when you pay the business off, it does reduce the penalty you have to pay. Let's just say it's $30,000 you owe in a quarter, and you pay. So for the business liability, you say $40,000 for that quarter, and that's paid off. The IRS will reduce your civil penalty balance to everything, but I believe the initial penalty, which in this case is about like $4,000 for him each quarter. So it's been reduced a lot, but it's why you want it on top of payroll tax. Now, what we want to help you with, really speaking, is what Paychex is not helping you out with. It's the 1120S tax. So obviously, you're saving a lot being an S corp election. You save a lot in self-employment tax, not paying that 15%. But what you're also responsible for responsible for the federal income tax. The federal income tax is, typically, in this case, it's about half, of what you normally pay. Let's just say if you were $100,000 net earner, well, for sure you're paying $15,000 just towards self-employment tax plus the federal income tax. You're not paying that self-employment tax at all, being an S corp election. You're only paying federal income tax. But let's just say it's $8,000 or $10,000 federal income tax. You want to make sure you're paying $2,500 a quarter. You're not paying $10,000 a year, or if you do, you do. But it's not ideal. From experience, most of the clients that I have, they're not too pleased, even if it's their fault, when we hand them a tax return that says, hey, $12,000, in the next 3 months. It's not very fun. It seems like you're under the gun, versus having things paid. I always say, if you don't want to pay it right now, I have other people who tell me, well, what if I need that money for a windfall? So that's fine. Open up a separate business account, separate business savings account, and put the estimated tax payments in that account. And if you ever need to draw from that, you can draw from that account. But push comes to shove, you don't need it. That money is set aside for the tax at the end of the year, so that you're not having to, sweat, end of the year taxes, especially when you have employees, because if you get behind the 1120S taxes, there's a good chance you get behind the payroll tax. The payroll tax is what you really don't want to get behind, because that's what leads to you having problems on your personal. So it all kind of plays. It's all cyclical. Each thing is different. Each kind of arena of things that you pay for, your business owner is different. It's all cyclical. It all affects the other, which is why we always advise, real time bookkeeping going forward. And obviously the goal is to get you in real time, starting in, before the end of 2025. But for now, let's make sure and we get this job done from 24 and back first. Even more. Are you in contact with Amy at all regarding your review? It says here that she was trying to do your review for 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Did she successfully reach you for that review? If not, I can ask her what was missing and see if, I can. Matter of fact, stay on the line right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to see. I know.
Back $500.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Now you're okay. So when can what I'll do is this. I'll and that email should have most of what you need there. I will put together what I gathered now from the dependents tax organizer information for you. Hopefully, I can get this wrap up today and then have you sign off on these. I'm going to see, contingent on you getting the confirmation about those percentages for the business. I can get you that S corporation form too as well. Probably tomorrow. Let's say you get it to me later tonight. If I come in tomorrow, I see it there. We can get that thing pretty much top of the morning tomorrow, and then I'll just make sure that everything Amy or what we need for you as far as bookkeeping is squared away. But that's really it for now. Okay. I know I took up a lot of your time here, but we needed to reconvene this to get some understanding of the fund. Okay.
5:30.
I'll say to be determined, because I have that form. That form I have, I can literally give you that form right now, but I don't want to use it unless we definitely have to. What I'll do is this: I'll print it out and I'll put it here on my desk. So I keep a mental note reminder so that tomorrow. It seems as though you'll need that, but from what you told me, yeah, exactly.